BearPodcast 491.
It involves showing of more fur.
It's nothing like making a pig bottom squeal than using bacon lube.
Village there full of gays.
Hey, all you bears!
Okay, I just saw this on Facebook today. I think he's closeted. You think he's closeted?
And I got my ass chewed out by everyone.
It's Thanksgiving. The gay, the geek, and the bizarre.
Laying on the couch eating bonbons and his jocks.
Just that I saw it next to
Do some sexting with
You're listening to BearPodcast.com.
He called and then he was freaked out. You're really bitter here.
I am very bitter.
Bitter.
It's been a
Party of
shitty
one
week.
over
The
here.
bitter party of one right here. It's been a shitty week, let me tell you.
Welcome everyone to Bear Podcast. I am Nard.
And I am Ray.
Yes, welcome to episode 491. And we're recording. This time we got the dates right. This time, okay?
Well, I put the right date on there because you kept messing it up.
I know.
So
It's August 22nd and we're recording this. It's actually 2 days before my mom's birthday. Okay.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, my mom. Okay, before we continue, we would like to extend our condolences to our friend Jeff Ruckub.
Yep.
And we saw his Facebook post and his partner of 17 years passed away this morning. And it's really sad because, you know, we've known Jeff for a couple of years now because through TBRU and through
Drenched Fur.
And that's how I got to know him. And he's a very talented artist. And he's been to Houston a couple of months ago and bringing his partner because they had to give him some checkups because of his illness. And I regret that I didn't get to see him that time when he was here. So yeah, Jeff. Again, we have our thoughts and prayers to you and your family, and I hope your partner is in peace. Well, he's in peace right now. Right. Okay, so let's move on to our just weekend updates. Well,
Yeah.
You coming up soon is a holiday, so I guess you, Ray, have been busy.
I've been busy decorating the house for Halloween. I think we're the only house decorated on the block.
You're the only one.
I think we're the only one because I put lights up. We got spiderweb. I put the lights up. Robbie did a bunch of spiderweb work. I put lights on the windows. He bought all these pumpkins and straw and stuff and did this whole thing at the front door. And
You know, people should be doing it probably a few weeks earlier, like last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you're
if
the
you're
only
going-
ones in your block.
yeah, which most of the people in our block, at least I think our edge of the block are older. So I don't think they're too into it. So we'll see how many hood rats we get up in there on Halloween night. So I told Robbie, I said, you better buy some good candy. They're going to egg us.
Mm-hmm.
So been doing that. But he helped a lot. I mean, he did a lot of good, cool stuff. So got some decorations. But going to like Target or Walmart or anything like that, Halloween stuff's gone, brother.
Oh, they're all gone?
It's pretty much gone.
Maybe
There
because
might
of
be
other-
kids' costumes left, but most of that stuff's gone.
Which reminds me, I have
and
to buy
Christmas is
candy.
already out. It is already out.
It's already
there.
out?
Yeah.
I have to buy some candies just in case kids come over that day, right?
Just in case a bear walks by, you can say, "Hey, bear, you want some candy?"
Hey, Bear wants some candy. You want some honey? Honey? I can do that. Bring some honey. Yeah, and decorating. Well, do you have plans already what you're gonna wear?
No, I hadn't decided that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want to go for the Jeffrey Dahmer look or
Jeffrey Dahmer.
or I don't know. I hadn't thought about it. I mean, I wore my vampire costume last year, I think, and I don't know if I want to wear it again. And my mom's going to be here, so I don't know how. We're having people over, so I don't know what we're going to do really. So
You can be. Yeah, it's interesting that your mom's gonna be here. We still don't have any voicemail yet.
I know. I guess nobody wants to ask any embarrassing questions. So
To Ray, I'll ask embarrassing questions.
I'm sure. I thought at least Devin or Gary or somebody been sending in a bunch of questions to ask her. So
Yeah,
but
we'll probably do that. We'll try.
So, but in all that, I was also painting this weekend, trying to get the unfinished painting in the house done
Is it
before my mom.
indoor painting?
Indoor painting.
Okay.
Yes. So we painted the dining room, and I was responsible for doing the trim. So I got the second coat on this weekend, and then I said I'm done. And Robbie said, "Well, I'll finish the touch up." I said, "Yeah, you go for it, brother," because I was about done with that painting on Saturday.
I wish I could do some painting here.
Or
too.
Sunday, excuse me.
Yeah, it's been a busy weekend for me. I was actually Mike came over. Mike came over, and it's actually the celebration for 15th year anniversary, 15th anniversary for Guy and Carl. So we went to that party. It was at the Cafe Pita in Houston, and it was really good. So happy anniversary, Guy and Carl.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
anniversary,
invite.
guys.
It's a good idea to have BYOB. Bring your own wine also if you want to, and at least you get to choose whatever you want.
That's right.
Bring whatever you want. Yeah.
That $3 chuck at Trader Joe's.
So that's how you do it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, that evening when Mike and I got back home, or we did it on Friday? Can't remember. We think we did it on Friday because he got drunk Saturday. Saturday night we went to Neon Boots.
How was that?
Neon Boots it used to be a straight bar, I think, and now it's the new BRB. BRB is a Western.
It's the new country western bar.
Country Western bar.
Since
So
the other
now
one
Neon
closed
Boots
down.
is there. Yeah. So there's dancing. There's two-stepping.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got to see Steven in drag. Remember Steven? Artist Steven. Him and
Was Dave in drag?
Dave was in drag.
Dave was in drag.
No, he's not. He was not. I think he wishes he was. He wished he was. So I got to see Steven in drag and almost didn't recognize him. Only I could recognize his smirk. He always smirks all the lot.
Yeah.
So I could recognize him from them. Anyway, so Mike and I also got to watch Bullet to the Head. We rented it via... How did we rent it? We rented it through Amazon Prime, I think. Anyway, so we watched that. We wanted to watch it. Mike always wanted to watch it because it was filmed in Mike's gym in New Orleans.
Okay.
It was filmed in New Orleans. Its settings in New Orleans. The parking lot, people are running when they're shooting and running around. They're all in the French Quarter. And we went to the gym where Mike goes to the gym where it was filmed. And actually, Mike got to see Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, okay.
It's this 80-year-old not really 80-year-old, but he really looks old when they were filming it. But yeah, it was funny because they were standing in the same area when Mike and I would stand. They were fighting in the same shower room where we would shower. So it was interesting. So to watch Sylvester Stallone beating someone up or fighting with someone in a shower room where we have been. So that's interesting. Although it's a horrible film though, because the dialogue is bad, the story, the plot is horrible.
Adrian. No, sorry.
Where's that from?
Rocky.
Oh, yeah. Probably that would have been a better film.
So.
Yeah. So that was what we did, and I
need to talk to Mike. I meant to text him the other day and ask if he's seen them filming the originals in New Orleans.
Oh, really?
Because supposedly they're filming it down there.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. So most of the stuff's done on set, but there's always a Bourbon Street scene, and every time you see the Bourbon Street scene, there's a pride flag out in the back on the screen.
So you could tell.
So you could tell that they're actually in Bourbon Street. It looks like
mm-hmm.
some of it's filmed in New Orleans. So it'd be interesting to see if he's seen any of it.
Yeah, you've been watching American Horror Story too, right?
Yeah.
You know what? It's also in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
It's also in New Orleans, and I think one of the places there is La Rue something in the street. Anyway, one of the characters in American Horror Story who was an immortal, played by Kathy Bates.
Yeah.
She's supposed to have a house there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's real. I haven't checked. I have to check with Mike because she was pointing to a house where she was born, and there's a lot of stories about that, about his rituals and in the beginning in the episode 1.
When they talked about her when she was torturing all those poor slaves.
It's supposed to be one of the houses there in the French Quarter. So I'm intrigued now. I want to see that.
Yeah.
Now that's gonna have a lot of following. People will be going to that place in the French Quarter. So that's pretty much it. That's the weekend. Oh, I played softball.
Did you win?
1-1, one loss, one. Well, I played 2 wins with another team, but
so you're doing better than the Texans.
yeah, I guess so. Sorry, Texans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this might be my last time I'm going to play softball because next year I'm not playing softball anymore. I need a break. I need a break
He's just too
myself.
damn old.
I'm old. I'm not getting old too.
That's right.
Yeah.
Stuff starts wearing out.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Okay, so let's go to some of our topics, Ray. You have movies?
I have movies and TV.
Okay, movie and TV. This is something we talked about before.
Yeah.
And I guess this is another angle to this.
Another
right?
angle to this.
All right.
Of course, first part of November, Ender's Game comes out, and everybody knows that Orson Scott Card is a big homophobe. The one that actually wrote the book and everything, and did this big complaint and got all the gays saying they're not going to Ender's Game because they don't want to give him any money. So I was reading the other day, and here's the straight guy take on Ender's Game.
Mm-hmm.
The Ender's Game, redefining masculinity for millennial men. This summer I found out that Ender's Game movie was coming out on November 1st, and I almost did a backflip in my excitement. I love sci-fi. Ender's Game is my favorite sci-fi book, and the film features Harrison Ford. Then I found out that the book's author, Orson Scott Card, is a raging homophobe who has spoken out publicly against gay marriage and joined the board of directors of the National Organization for Marriage in 2009.
Nom, if you guys know that, the one who made the Storm is Coming. If you guys remember that, yeah they did that. Okay.
And now they're bitching about Obamacare, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
This created a serious problem for me that highlights a modern dilemma. I don't want Card to have any more of my money, but there's a 100% chance I'm seeing the movie in theaters.
Why would he?
Well, because he wants to go see the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I feel like a lot of millennial men go through conflicts like this on a regular basis. We want to be socially conscious and responsible, but sometimes being irresponsible feels so good. I like Big Macs and big TVs and models and swimsuits. Those things are at odds with my social, environmental, and ethical beliefs, but I enjoy them and feel it's unrealistic to pretend that I can cut them out of my life entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I'm a millennial guy that just wants to be responsible and socially conscious while still enjoying myself without being a jerk. I'm not alone in this struggle. Several major media outlets like GQ and the Huffington Post have covered new definitions of masculinity in the past few years. Clearly examining and evolving old notions of masculinity is an issue that concerns many other men, including millennials, and I will be exploring the topic twice a week here on Policy Mike, which is his blog. So you can go check him out. His name is Jack Fischel. I think that's how you say his last name. So, but he posted this, and I thought it was interesting that, even straight guys are aware of the whole thing with Orson Scott Card, and they're like, do I do the socially correct thing, or I like sci-fi and I want to see it? And I want to go see the movie. That's the bad thing. I really want to go see this movie because I'm a big sci-fi fan.
Me too.
But it just burns my asshole that Orson Scott Card did the thing he did, and if I go see it, so I'm like, if I wait for Netflix, does he make less money off of it than he makes at the movie theater? So I wish you knew how to.
So you're saying you're going to watch it if it goes out on Netflix?
Well, I'm saying eventually it'll be on Netflix or something on Amazon Prime or Redbox or something.
Okay.
And I figured if it comes to Redbox, you can get it for $1. So he ain't making but a few cents off of me then. So.
Well, once you watch it on Netflix, he is going to get something out of it because it's going to be like royalties still. But if you pirate it using torrent sites or download it or then you I'm kidding. Don't do that.
But then
we do not encourage that.
Then you're screwing the rest of the artists over that worked hard to bring this movie out there. I mean, it's that whole thing. It's like all these people contributed to make this piece of work, and because you had one bad apple, does everybody have to suffer? Even though he's going to reap the rewards of everybody else's work.
Yeah, that is a.
It's kind of like being in high school on a team problem.
Teen problem. Team problem.
Like a team problem, a team project in high school. And you always got one person that don't do shit, but they take all the credit, and you have to give it to them so you don't cause discord or whatever. So
yeah. Anyway, I already had this talk with Mike, and we kind of decided we're not going to watch it because the guy is a raging homophobe. Yeah. But I don't know.
Redbox, it's only $1.
I don't know.
Well, if it's Blu-ray, it's $1.50.
$1.50. Oh, okay.
So he might get a quarter.
That's going to be sometime at the end of the month. Next year.
That'll be next year.
Anyway, so a friend of mine was telling me, okay, he understands about this situation about him being a homophobe, and we're gonna give you this. What if I lend you the book? He's got the book.
Yeah.
So would that still be violating any principle?
Well, if you're not paying for the book and they're letting you borrow it,
yeah,
then it's like going to the library. Yeah.
Original library. Okay. So that's okay. That's a
I
work.
think that's okay.
That's a workaround. Okay. Either that or I pirate the video, then it goes back to your
Then
people.
everybody else suffers. I mean, the people that worked on it, that made the money, that get royalties, like Harrison Ford and all the others that, people might say, well, they don't need no more money, but you got all these young kids that are getting a split of all this, that, and the other.
But if you get to see it, then you get to appreciate it. But if you don't watch it at all, then there's nothing to appreciate. So it's even probably worse than not seeing it is worse than actually pirating it. I don't know. But anyway, so I don't know. You guys, we talked about this before. I know you guys, are you interested in watching the Ender's Game? So
I mean, it's kind of like Chick-fil-A. I don't want to support them, but at least once every couple months I have to go have a Chick-fil-A sandwich or I'm going to die. I'll just die.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have to sneak in there.
Why don't you make your own? There's a video about that, how to make your own.
Yeah, but that's more like work. $6 so they can make it. So.
Anyways.
But I also believe that people have the right to have their own opinions about their life and what they feel. It's a free country to speak out about stuff. But just because they do it, I mean, I have to support them. So
yeah, that's true.
It's one of those things. So
okay, so that's the only movie you got. I want to talk about our shirts. Actually, I remember. So we are wearing Battlestar Galactica themed T-shirts.
Just by coinkydink.
Just by coincidence. But just by coincidence. Well, actually, when I saw you were wearing frack, so I should wear my shirt. It's actually an old shirt which came from the newer Battlestar Galactica.
Is that from Woot?
It's from Woot. Did I get it from Woot? I can't remember. It's been a long time. But yeah, I got it online somewhere. I think it's either Woot or Cafe Press. I'm not sure. Because I just like the design, it's about toasters. Yeah, they have a plan. They want to rebel. And that's a big thing when you are if you are a Battlestar Galactica fan, you would understand.
That's right.
What toasters are.
If you're not, then you're just in the dark and we're not going to tell you anymore.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so before we go on, actually, we don't have an event right now. We're supposed to announce one event for next month, but then we don't have that information right now. So if you guys are in a club or anything or any organization that you want to share to everyone your event, we can promote it for you. It's just email us at events@BearPodcast.com, so we can talk about your show. We can have you in the show also, interview. We call you up and we talk about your event.
Yeah. And also, like we were talking in the last couple episodes, my mom's coming to town next week. She's going to be here for Halloween. We're going to do an episode with her, do a little recording with her. Mm-hmm. So if you got any embarrassing questions you want to ask that are semi-appropriate, they can't be too inappropriate because it's my mother. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to ask her, send them in to Maynard Show at BearPodcast.com. And he'll ask them on the show. You get your big answers. And I know Gary or Devin or Jay or somebody's got to ask something. So.
Yeah, I know. At some point, yeah. It's time for the gay, the geek, and the bizarre.
All right, our gay this week is Gordon Klingon shit. Gordon Klingerschmidt, former Navy chaplain, says gays should be discriminated against.
Gasp.
Yes.
Okay.
It just keeps getting better, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
Former Navy chaplain Gordon Klingerschmidt is joining a growing chorus of right-wing voices who are actually arguing in favor of discrimination against the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community. If your heart is full of corruption or sin, immorality in this case, homosexuality, then you should be discriminated against. Kleinschmidt argued on an installment of his Pray in Jesus' Name show this week, according to the Right Wing Watch. When these confusing statues now try to redefine discrimination and say that you can no longer discriminate against character, they're actually saying Martin Luther King himself ought to be punished for his views, and that's not right, he added. Kleinschmidt, of course, is no stranger to expressing his anti-LGBT views. In 2012, the former Navy chaplain came forward with claims that he was able to actually exercise homosexuality out of individuals on an installment of the David Parkman show.
Be straight. Become straight, my boy.
Demons be gone.
Heal.
Didn't work.
It didn't work. Maybe he said it in a lisp with the lisp.
So,
Heal. You'll all be safe. I don't know.
so he also slammed President Barack Obama for being on the wrong side of history, for supporting same-sex marriage before claiming that he believes everyone is born straight. Ultimately, history will be decided by God, who is the judge of all mankind. Because it said at the time, people who sided with homosexual sin will be judged by God for promoting that sin, including our own President Barack Obama. Climate views are also echo those of Brian Fisher, the American Family Association pundit, recently claimed that it was right to discriminate against people who engage in irreverent sexual behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we find them in a stall, in an airport, and getting busted,
that's when we really find out the real colors.
Okay.
Is he not on the, on the program? The Navy, the Army, and everything, it's open in the military now. They don't.
But we all, like New Jersey just got married this week and started off and everything, and every state it knocks a little block out of the wall. But it'll be long after we're gone before people don't think that much about it. That it's that apparent because it's getting more and more common. And the kids that come up with them be like, oh yeah, they're gay and they get married, no big deal.
Yeah.
So
eventually, people grow up, and he's a chaplain, so he's pretty much clergy. He's
clergy.
Christ was hanging out with the tax collectors and prostitutes.
That's right.
And sinners, or whatever. And here he is saying.
That's the way the Bible's always been. People always take it and turn it to their own little, how they want to see Jesus. So
yeah,
it's my cup of Jesus.
Yep.
And that's all for church chat today, folks. Thank
you. Okay, let's go on with the geek. Okay, for you Apple geeks, you may have known already by now. Apple has done their
big reveal.
Their big reveal. Okay, but we're just going to concentrate on the iPad mini. So iPad mini with Retina display hands-on. Where's this article from? It's from Engadget. So the new iPad mini with all of its Retina display goodness is now official. Announced today at Apple's Lot to Cover event. The new mini was one of the final products shown off at the show. There isn't much on the outside that we haven't seen before. Kind of obvious what we're going to see. In fact, it still sports the same home button, indicating that it doesn't feature the Touch ID fingerprint sensor. The iPhone 5 has that thingy. You just put your finger on. Now,
I wouldn't know. I got an iPhone 4.
You got an iPhone 4. I don't have an iPhone 5S either. But they don't have the touch feature also. I wish they did, but I guess you don't have to. Still, the home, it's a normal home button still. So there is one glaring exception in this one. The 2048 by 1536 Retina display, which amounts to 324 pixels per inch. That's what PPI. Compared to the original iPad mini that came out last year, this is rather significant bump in pixel density, and we came away much more impressed with the mini as a result. So in the inside of the mini, it includes a jump to an A7 processor. I think our iPhones, the iPhone 4 has an A5 processor, the iPhone 5 has an A6 processor, I think. And now they jump to the A7 processor. It's really advanced. So it's the same one. A7 processor is the one being used by iPhone 5s. So and it has a first blush. It does seem a bit faster than the original.
And that's only in the minis. The regular iPads don't have that, do they? I think I saw Devin comment on that today.
Yeah, it's going to be probably faster. Yeah.
So the minis have the M7, and the bigger iPads have the old A5 or 6.
Yeah, but Devin was talking about the iPad 2 before. I mean, the one that I have is a really old one. So anyway, still we imagine the biggest boost in performance will have to do with is multitasking and gaming, which we unfortunately weren't able to do much of during their time with the device. So that's the Engadget people doing this. So you'll also be able to take advantage of the same M7 co-processor now found on the iPad Air and iPhone 5s. iPad Air, that's the bigger one, right? I want to see that. I want to play around with that. But anyway, so that's an Engadget. We're kind of geeking around. Still, I have an iPad 5. Sorry, iPad 5. I have an iPad 2 that came out in 2011. 2 years after, it's still running good for me. It's still running well. How about you, Ray?
I don't have an iPad.
An iPad.
All my Apple stuff's dead except for my phone, and we're hoping it's staying that running until I can afford a new one. So I guess when the iPhone 6 comes out, I'll upgrade then.
Yeah, I'll probably upgrade when it comes to iPhone 6s. That's about 2 years from now. So I think. Whatever is 2015. So I'm not in a rush. Because the iPhone 5 right now is really good. So
Yeah, I did the ISO upgrade on it. I'm not too sure about that. It seems kind of sluggish on my phone, maybe just because it's an older phone, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, let's move on with the Bizarre Ray.
Okay, our bizarre this week.
This is for you, Ray. When it comes
Scientists
to farts.
tap cow burps for natural gas. Oh, Lord.
Oh, is it burps? I thought it was farts.
So,
Okay.
same thing.
Mhm.
Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires. Argentine scientists have found a way to transform the gas created by the bovine digestive system into fuel, an innovation that could curb greenhouse gases that's causing global warming. Using a system of valves and pumps, the experimental technique developed by Argentina's National Institute of Agricultural Technology channels the digestive gases from the bovine stomach cavities through a tube and into a tank. The gases, which otherwise are commonly known as burps or eruptos in Spanish,
Eruptos.
are then processed into separate methane from other gases such as carbon dioxide. Methane is the main component of natural gas used to fuel everything from cars to power plants. Once you get it compressed, it's the same as having natural gas, said Guillermo Barra, head of the INTA's Animal Physiology Group. As an energy source, it's not very practical at the moment, but if you look ahead to 2050 when fossil fuel reserves are going to be in trouble, it's an alternative, he told Reuters. So they're going to clone specific cows and just use their digestive tract to make gas in the future, is what he said.
But this means trapping these cows.
That's right.
What do? You give them a burrito?
Colostomy.
Or something?
I guess you put a colostomy bag on all of them.
Really? No, I've seen the pictures. They really just put the cows in a room, and I guess when it keeps burping, you just capture it somehow.
I don't know.
It's. What if it farts? I mean, I always imagine
there's a lot of gas in that too. So
yeah, I don't know. Is it humane to keep them and capture their?
I don't know, but there's been a lot of government money spent on methane produced by cows and how it's affecting greenhouse gases. And there's all those studies that were given and people raising hell about it. So
yeah, it's just interesting that I kind of picked that one because it's kind of weird that they would Argentina would spend that much money just to capture cow burps. So
don't cry for me, Avita.
Which I now know is Eruptos.
Eruptos.
Eruptos. I think it's Eruptos if it's Spanish. So I learned the word. Stop burping. Stop Eruptos. How do you say stop in Spanish?
Alto, Lupe, alto.
Alto. Is it alto?
Alto.
Really? Altos?
If I didn't learn anything else from watching Greater Tuna, I learned alto, Lupe, alto.
Oh. Alto, okay. So if it's, that's what you say when you're having sex. Don't stop. You say don't stop.
Don't alto.
Don't alto. No alto. No alto. Okay. Okay, so let's move on to Ray's article. What do you call this? What section is this? Is the dumbass section?
The dumbass.
Dumbass. Okay.
Oh, hang on. I got all messed up here on my thing. Where did it go? Oh, mine didn't. Hang on.
Oh, you haven't refreshed
Mine did not refresh. I'm so sorry for this momentary pause and lack of not refreshing my Kindle. So here we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, here's our dumbass for the week. Air marshal accused of taking photos under skirts. This was in Nashville. The federal air marshal arrested Thursday for allegedly taking cell phone photos underneath women's dresses and skirts as they boarded a Nashville flight has been relieved of all duties according to the Federal Air Marshal Service. Adam J. Barsk, 28, was charged with disorderly conduct after police said he admitted to the alleged crime. So, A police affidavit said the witness grabbed Barsh's cell phone during the boarding at Southwest Airlines flight. Oh, it's Southwest too. 3132 from Nashville to Tampa and showed it to a flight attendant.
Mm-hmm.
So he was sitting there doing shit he shouldn't do, and he got busted for it. Now he's gonna lose his job about it, dumbass.
Yeah.
So, but here's the other thing. Where does the one draw the line on taking random photos in public?
If you are in public.
Because we got friends that take unaware bear photos all the time and post them.
Oh, okay.
So, where is it, just because somebody's out there, you take a picture of them?
Actually, I think legally, if you're in public, you can take pictures because it is public area. If it's in a...
But if I'm doing a video shoot or a movie or something, I have to have everybody's permission to do it.
Really? For videos?
Mm-hmm.
For videos it is, but for pictures it's okay. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Yeah. If it's in public, you can pretty much take pictures anytime. But I'm not very comfortable with that. I used to do that a lot.
There's even an app on the iPhone now. I don't forget what it's called, but I meant to take a picture of it and send it to you. But it was taking unaware photos of guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an app, so you can like doing something like you're talking or something, and it'll take pictures of the guy.
Oh,
like you're doing something else, like so it doesn't look like you're taking a picture.
Oh, really?
So and I was just like, oh Lord.
I
know
do
some of our friends that would like that.
I take pictures, but I don't post them. It's just that it's just for me.
Personal use.
What can I say? When people say, hey, if somebody's really, really, really attractive or something, they always say, why would you take a picture? I sure will. I'm going to take a picture now. Yeah. If he sometimes says that, but if it's in public, it's okay, I guess. But to me, even though if it's public, I would still ask the person if it's a group setting or whatever. Can I take a picture, please? Sometimes I explain what it is for, and they would say, more often than not, they're going to say.
Well,
yes.
It used to be back when I first got involved in Bear Watch. People were like, I don't want my picture taken. I don't want this. I don't want that. And I said, well, you better stay out of the way of a camera then, because everybody here's got phone cameras and taking pictures and posting them. And I don't think Facebook was just getting started off then. So,
well, for one thing, with Bear Watch, we did have that policy that.
Well, there was a policy because somebody took it too far and took nude pictures inside the event, and then went and posted them all online
without the guys knowing,
without the people's knowing or their permission.
Yeah.
So cameras were banned inside the actual Bear Watch party after that.
And that's fine. I mean, that's understandable, and
But there's still people that's like, I don't want people to take pictures of me. I'm like, well, then you don't need to come to this event because we're not going to sit there and tell people not to take pictures of you.
Well, up to some extent, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, so how about this guy? This guy isn't taking pictures in airplanes, I guess. He's an
air marshal, no less.
Yes, and he's young and everything. I guess he's a newbie.
Young and dumb.
He doesn't know how to take pictures. Maybe he's so obvious.
He's the Wayne class of sneaky picture taking.
Yeah, he's just taking pictures. He's an amateur. I should say.
He wasn't Asian. If he's Asian,
he's not Asian. He doesn't know how to take pictures in an angle. Yeah, he must be so blatant. He would just take a picture like that. Or something.
Well, it's just like I guess he has his phone down here off the side of the thing and just.
Oh, that's horrible. They put it in behind just. The
women walk by and he's just sitting there taking pictures. Click, 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 click.
It's gonna be dark too. How can you see anything underneath there?
Especially if she ain't had a bikini wax in a while. It's gonna be really dark.
Gross. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of sad. Okay,
he says gross, but he likes men so hairy that you can braid their back hair.
Oh yeah, I love braiding back hair or getting a brush and then brushing it, like doing that to Mike. Whenever I brush his hair, he likes it too because it's like scratching your back.
Yeah,
it's kind of a massage thing too. Yeah, and then I take a picture of his hair, of his hairy back. That's what I do, and then I send it to him, and then he said, "Erase that." That's what we do. But anyway, okay. So, what do you guys think of our articles here? It's kind of interesting. I like this dumbass article. You keep doing it, Ray. Just if you find one,
be a dumbass.
Yeah, like somebody who's getting caught in what do you call it, in not getting caught, or somebody who does something really dumb.
Yeah.
Whatever, whatever you can see.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Okay, so let's I guess that's our show. And before we go on, we have a audience comment
Minutes.
from YouTube. Actually, it's from Henry. So he was asking this. Okay, just curious, what's so special about the bear community? I mean, you guys look so in a tight bond. Yeah, we are. Ray and I have been friends for a very long time, and I like to see it so much. Oh, really? Oh, so I really like it. Yeah. So thank you, Henry, for your email. Yes, Ray and I have been, we've been good friends since I don't know, 2006, since episode 60, around episode 60 of Bear Podcast. And to answer your question about what's so special about the bear community, it's something that
We like to eat. We ain't too worried about our weight or how we look in the mirror. We're usually very friendly.
yeah.
Some of us are too damn friendly.
So Ray's a bear. I'm a bear chaser, or a bear admirer, I should say. It all started in 2005 when I learned this technology and stuff about how to do podcasts and how to create RSS feeds and everything. And then I thought of making a podcast about the bear community. That's why I called it the Bear Podcast. And it started really boom back then. I had people who are bears on the show, who are some porn actors,
Some.
and some musicians, some celebrities, some who else? We magazine editors, radio radio DJs, radio announcers. We had Larry Flick before, remember? We also had what's his name? Oh, Bob Mould. I was able to introduce him. I interview him twice, I think, in the show. So yeah, it kind of evolved from me just talking about bear runs and talking about bears and stuff. At some point, people get it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now, we don't talk about it anymore. Much about what bears like and what the bears do. And,
Yeah, because it's evolved.
bear
And
runs.
when
We kind of
when
evolved
Kevin
already.
Smith figured it out, we were like, okay, we're here.
Yeah, I mean, so we kind of moved on from those topics. So we're just more of pop culture, and we talk about a lot of stuff that the gay community and in general. And of course, it's still bear oriented because we still have bears in our shows. Dave sometimes fills in, and he's very much bear to bear, and he would fill in for Ray, like I said, and
A lot of bears are geeks, so
lots of bears are geeks, and some bears are bizarre too.
very bizarre.
That's right.
Very, very bizarre.
Yeah, so we kind of evolved after all these years. We've been doing this for 8 years, so yeah, it's been fun. And actually, our 500th episode is somewhere in December, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're planning to have it somewhere in December.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll probably have a party or something, a get together, or a live telecast. We'll see what happens to that. We'll do that. So yeah, that's to answer your question, Henry. That's the bear community is a big part of us because we've been to bear runs. Ray even ran Bear Watch for many years for the Houston Bears or Houston area Bears, Houston Bears, and we've been to TBRU. We've covered bear runs, drenched fur, and back then I would go to. Where else? We went to San Francisco.
Went to San Francisco to
For IBR, yes, right. IBR. What else? What other bear runs?
Party with the Bears in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, the Aloha Bears. I hung out with the Aloha Bears in 2006. It's just so many things that that this show has evolved into. So it's very near to our hearts, the bear community. That's why, Henry. That's why. That's what's special about the bear community for us. Okay, so God, I'm walking back through memory lane. Okay, so any shout outs, Ray?
Shout out to Robbie. Happy 9-month anniversary. We had a great weekend celebrating our ninth month together. That's like 2 years in gay years.
Oh, wow. Look at that. 9 months. So. Yeah, it's I remember back then. I think when you talked about it before, it was 9 months already. It's almost a year. Okay. Yeah. So that's around December.
January.
Okay. Yeah. January. All right. That's good. Who else going to shout out to? Yeah, like I said, Jeff Jeff Rock Cub, I hope you're doing well. I know you're in you're feeling bad right now, but eventually, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a lot of friends out there for you. So if you need anything, just ask.
Yep. We're here for you. Okay, so that's it. Thank you everyone for watching or listening. If you want to contact us, send your emails to show@bearpodcast.com.
Or you can call and leave us a voice message on our voice message line at 206-222-23.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God, Ray.
I was thinking about Dave.
You keep thinking about
2327.
Yes.
That number again is 206-222-BEAR.
Yes.
Give us a call, leave us a message on the show. I swear, every time I say that, I start thinking about Dave, and then I screw it up. Because I know he's sitting there laughing and pointing his finger at me. So.
Okay. Yeah, subscribe by iTunes, Vimeo, and YouTube. And check us out on Stitcher Radio. You can listen to the show, the latest episode on Stitcher Radio. You can also listen to the old episodes that way. And also on the Roku player. We're now also on the Roku player. If you have the Pride channel, the Pride Player channel on your Roku. And go to the official website at BearPodcast.com. And follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And we will catch you guys on the next episode of Bear Podcast. Many wolves and many hugs.
Woof, what a bear. Podcast your ass. Woof, what a bear. Woof, what a bear. Podcast your ass. Woof, what a bear. Woof, what a bear. Podcast your ass. Woof, what a bear.
Bear Podcast 491. Bear Podcast. Oh my God. I thought it was a pretty interesting article that a straight guy wrote. I swear to God, I got to 2 and I was like, I heard Dave said you can't remember it. See, it affects us when he's not even here.
Yeah, I know.
Damn you, Dave.